Good morning, everybody. I hope you've had a wonderful evening. Getting a little bit of a late start today. So let's get into our full reading for the Twin Flame Collective in separation for today. So just remember, this is a collective reading. Spirit, please give me what's the current energy of the Twin Flames in separation. And so because this is a collective general reading, these may or may not resonate with you. Just come back to other readings if this does not. And if you're looking for one that is completely in tune with your reading, with your energies, then reach out for a personal reading. With that, let's see what the current energies that Spirit is giving us for today. And that is wait. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. And we know what that means. It's meaning that divine timing is at play. Your divine team is working on the background without your knowledge. Well, it's now in your knowledge, into your awareness, that they are working on the situation behind the scenes. So it may take a little bit longer than you expect. So let's see what else wants to present itself within this reading. Please like, follow, and share and subscribe as you interact with the channel. The more and more the energies that are yours will show up. So Spirit, show us what we got. Boy, I know you guys see this one that's sitting there face up. So Spirit's given us an interesting sign, right? And so we'll just address it right at the front, which everybody's looking at. And what you see is rekindle, right? So every relationship has magical moments that can be rekindled, right? So there's a potential for rekindle down there. So let's see what else Spirit is giving us. As you know, usually with the good, there always comes the challenge. We won't call it the bad, but the challenge. But we also see 1111, which is our twin flame. So for those of you who believe you're in a twin flame relationship, the ones that you're resonating with that high-level soulmate, divine counterpart, whatever you want to label it, this is your read. And yes, this is a potential for it. And a love bond goes stronger over time. Why? Because you're going to have to wait for it to happen. Allow the divine to do it. Share your dreams together. Encourage each other to make them a reality. So Spirit's saying, in your dreams, start dreaming of what you can have. However, some of you are going to be tested with a labyrinth, right? And what is a labyrinth? It's a path. It's a maze that you need to navigate, which means Spirit is going to test to make sure that you're able to navigate the energies that they're throwing at you to discover what is real and what is an illusion. So, yeah, it's coming, but you may have to go through that maze to figure it out. Let's see what other energies want to get themselves, show themselves for today in this collection. But we've been seeing a lot of this right now. The rekindle energy is really strong. Why? Because we've come into the last quarter of the year. This is when the bounty, the harvest gets happening. All those seeds that you sowed of healing throughout the year are now ready to be reaped. And so how do you reap them? You go in and heal, you navigate that labyrinth, and you make sure that you're not walking in the same path of illusion, which keeps you stuck, right? And Spirit's going to let you test and test and test. It's an open book test, but you actually have to get the answers right before you can move on to this right here. And Spirit's showing us a huge potential. Let's see what else we got coming on for this collective. Spirit. Okay, so we got a few cards here. Let's see what Spirit is giving us. Yeah, you're in time apart, right? That's why we're in the maze. This is a collective in separation reading, so this is time apart. Okay, so it's confirmation. Love language, acts of service. So that person that is going to come in is going to be one that's going to help, who's going to be there for you when you need something. Who's not going to ask for anything in return, just going to be there to support you. There's going to be honest communication with this person that's coming in, right? Rather than in this labyrinth and anxiety, you guys are going to be able to feel comfortable enough because you're going to have to lower your guard down, open your heart, and be willing to be hurt so that you can be vulnerable, and your vulnerability will also help that person be vulnerable. No risk, no reward. Holiday. Enjoy a change of scenery to spice up your love light. So Spirit's saying, change your energy, right? You need to get out of the stuckness over here and move into this over energy. And what does that change the energy? It could be just go to a new place, eat a different meal that you don't usually eat, you know, put a different flavor in your soda, whatever it takes, a new hairstyle, some different makeup, buy yourself a new outfit, something that changes the routine, so to speak. Maybe it's a new workout routine. Who knows what it is, but change something. And as you change something, this starts to present itself because you've moved, you've pivoted, you've moved the energy. And there's going to be a lot of magnetism in this connection. This is a really powerful connection. But be careful about material attachment, right? If you're going for the wrong things, the bad boy, the bad girl, the one that's, you're going for money. Well, this person has a lot of money and I need money because right now I'm poor. Well, that's not a great place to be because what you're doing is you're working on toxicity. You're working on something that's trauma bound because you have that trauma around money. You're attracting somebody who has money, but you're not going to feel complete with that person. You're going to actually, always be second guessing because they have that money and you want it, and it's a need. That's not, hey, I don't care whether you leave or not because the minute the money goes in, you're back to that. I'm in lack, right? You want to get out of that lack mentality. So let's see what other cards want to present themselves today within this reading. And so please like, follow, share, and subscribe. If these readings do resonate with you and you would like your own personal one, please reach out. Information is in my profile and in the description on the replays. I do have a sale. It's till the end of September. Light language healing is $50. Messages from your DM is $10. $20 for a mini read. $40 for a full read. And full read looks just like this. And for most of my full reads, I'm also giving some light language healing with that, which is, $50 value. I'm giving it away free. It's not going to be as long as the $50 value one because that's going to get deep, but it is helpful. And $10 for what's blocking you within love. And sometimes that's a powerful reading. It's the least expensive reading I have, but it's a really powerful one because most of us don't understand why we're blocking ourselves and why our dreams don't come true. So with that, let's get into some messages. So Spirit, what is going on here? And I appreciate all those hearts coming out, whoever's doing it. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. And let's see what we've got. So Spirit's telling us what's going on here within this connection. So if you're new to my readings, everything on this side where I'm putting my hand right now, these are challenges that I call it the hamster wheel of karma. It's because you're always at a choice point here. And when you choose the illusion, this is what comes through. When you choose to heal, to open your intuition, to listen to your heart, to be vulnerable, this is what comes in, right? The potential. So absence, I feel like a part of me is missing without you. And your person is probably feeling that, and so are you. And why are you feeling that? Because it's a lack mentality, and that's part of the illusion, because illusion is based on fear, right? I feel so lost without you. Why? Because something of me is missing. No, nothing of you is missing. You're right here. You're in the center. You're full, but it's your fear, your ego's fear that's saying something's missing, but you don't. You have to be comfortable with yourself. Reciprocity. You want to have equal give and take. And this is a very healed response, right? We have the yin, the yang, the opposites. They're right there, and each one of them is balanced at the same side, and that's what you want because you want that balance. Sometimes you're in a low point, sometimes your person's in a high point. And Fitzgerald, if I have some time afterwards, if you can hang on, I will absolutely answer you that question. Just hang on to the end of the read, probably about another 10 minutes. So we want to have that balance that's here, right? Understanding. I see your side of the story. And again, that's part of balance, right? When you're willing to pause your own perception for a second and look at the other perspective of the other person's perceptions, then you can get into that reciprocity and the balance, right? Because you're now able to comprehend, yeah, they may not agree, you may not ever agree with them, but you're able to willing to look at their side, and that's powerful and that's huge. Chemistry. I've never felt a passion this intense, right? And this is what's coming in for you, provided you can get through here. And as you can see, this side, the positive side energies are way above what's going on onto the challenging side. But then there's overwhelm. The stress from this is raining. And why are you stressed? Because you're in fear, right? You're afraid, hey, what if I miss out on this? This is my person. Why is my person never comes back? and we get stuck in that. And so with that, I'm going to run one more set of potential cards here, and then we're going to look at what's actually blocking you in this connection for those who are resonating with it. And again, please like, follow, share, and subscribe. Donations are absolutely wonderful, as this is how I make my money. This is how I pay for my food and everything else at this point in time. The Spirit has pushed me more and more to spiritual healing and helping other people. So with that, let's see what we have here in this connection. What other clues can Spirit give us as to what's going on with this connection that we're channeling right now? And just remember, this is a collective reading, so some things may or may not resonate. If they don't, it's okay. Look at the next reading. Love attraction. You've been manifesting this relationship. Everything you want will soon be yours, right? So everything here is pointing to these doors are opening. The energies are there to support you, but are you going to get out of illusion? Third party situation, right? Again, this is where we have the challenges. You're going to be tested because this is part of that test. There's third parties coming in and out, and are you and your person able to kind of navigate through those third parties, those ones that don't want you to be together, so that you know what you really want and what's really going to go on. You're not on the same page with this person you have in your minds. The directions you want to move in are different. Okay, potentially you may be an illusion. You may think that this person is your twin, and it's not, right? There's a lot of catalysts out there, a lot of soulmates, a lot of what we call karmics, right? And karmics are just soulmates that are there to bring a certain reaction to you and then keep you stuck. Once they've shown you your trauma, then they're meant to keep you stuck until you realize that, hey, I'm in this trauma so long, I just can't take it anymore. And you break and you burst. And as you burst, you start to go into the healing process, which is all about going within, right? Nothing's happening automatically. The energies that are coming through at each of these times are available to you at any time, but you have to choose to heal. You're just not healing just because it's, January, the solar flares come in. Now, that's a false premise. Because we're in a free will universe, you have to choose. Spirit is never going to force you to do anything. You have to choose it yourself. And if you stay stuck, Spirits, yeah, okay, you got all the time in the world, because there is no real time. It's just a construct that we created for this experience to help you learn. But if you're not learning, well, just keep at it, and we'll just keep retesting you over and over again until you finally break. And that may take thousands of lifetimes. Leave your fears behind. They are stopping this relationship from blossoming. Again, fear. Fear is what kills everything, because I'm afraid of this. I'm afraid of getting hurt. I'm afraid this person's going to dump me. I'm afraid this person's going to leave me. I'm afraid I'm not good enough for this person. Every one of those things are afraid, fear, and that's what keeps us stuck. Be honest. Again, more confirmation, heart-to-heart communication. You have to be honest. You have to be open. You have to be willing to open your heart in order to reap the benefits of a true relationship, because a true relationship is balanced and understanding, which means you have to open your heart and you have to be true to yourself. Pay attention to the signs. Spirit is telling you, they're guiding you, but you have to be aware that you're being guided. And distance. And again, another confirmation, the separation you're experiencing is necessary to help the relationship grow, right? And we are in a separation reading, and Spirit's basically just telling us, yeah, you were separated, and the reason you were separated is because you were going back through this hamster wheel of karma over and over again and not getting a different result. And you can't have that and move forward. And consciously, one part of you wants to move forward, and that's why you're here with a reading, because you want to move forward, you want to heal, you want to get to that place of the wonder, right, of the great love. And so how do you get that? By starting to love yourself. All right, so let's look at what's blocking us. We're going to do one or two major blocks. That's all I'm going to ask Spirit to give us. What is blocking this great love from manifesting? Because you can see here, the energies on here are much more weighted than the energies here on the challenges side. And that's a great thing, because usually they're more on the challenges than on the part where you're actually going to receive that abundance. And so how do you do that? And again, it's within healing, but recognizing your trauma. That thing that really pisses you off about somebody else is really something inside of you that you're not willing to face. And the only way you get to true healing is facing what you're not willing to face. And you have to be courageous, and you have to be strong-willed. you have to want to go through the pain of healing to allow those emotions to get out, right? And so what are the big blocks? You use being busy as an excuse not to date. You must make time for a partner. So if you really want a partner, then you need to prioritize a partner. It doesn't mean prioritize them over yourself or over other needs, but stop using it as an excuse. And losing yourself. You feel lost in your partner. It's okay to be yourself and have your own life as well, right? And so what is that? That's codependency, right? And where does codependency come from? It comes from abandonment and rejection, inner child wounding. There's a lot of inner child wounding healings that I have on my spiritual channel on YouTube. It's called Silver Fox Spiritual. I have hundreds and hundreds. I have well over 500 light language healings on that channel, and I add them, at least once or twice a week. I add a few more. I also do personal healing, so if you feel guided to, reach out. And I do personal light language healings where I get right into the codes that you need right now and help you release some of the major blocks that are preventing you from getting to where you need to be. So we've got enough of, okay, what's going on with the situation? We've got enough information. So now let's get some inspiration, right? Because we always want to, be in that positive mindset of, okay, yeah, I now have gotten an awareness of what it is that I need to work on and what it is that there's a potential from and what it is that there's, holding me down. How do we then get to a space of healing, and how do we get to the place where we're always in this space and not in this? So we're going to get some encouragement from your future self, that higher self that has actually gone through all of this and solved the problem. And so let's get some answers from your future self, the one who's over here in this happiness and bliss place that we want to be. And so, Spirit, what is the collective's higher self? What do they want to say for this connection? Give me one more piece of advice, and you can see the energy, it just flew out. And so the higher self is saying, there's a way if you're willing to change the way you see it, right? And I keep on saying this, right? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is a definition of insanity. And this is what makes everybody nuts, right? But you have to be willing to change. It's a choice. And when you're willing, Spirit is going to support you in every way possible. Now, it does come with a lot of stress because you're going to have to release a lot of things that have been hidden for so long. But, as you go through that journey, you have to be courageous about it. But as you go through that journey, you're going to slowly find that, things come crashing down. But then once they come crashing down, they get rebuilt in much stronger and much better way. And when it gets dark, remember that the sun always rises. And again, the Spirit's saying that, once you choose to heal, it's going to get dark for a little bit because the things that are holding you back, your subconscious mind, your traumas, they're going to fight back and say, no, 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 I want you to be comfortable. You're comfortable in your trauma. So you've got to get past that and be ready to be uncomfortable for a little while as you heal. And as you heal, the sun starts to set, and it may take a little while. So that's why you have to be courageous and strong-willed, because if you just back down at the last second, well, guess what? This is never going to come to you. You're just going to stay back and repeat the same thing. So with that, so Spirit is telling you and is giving you encouragement. You can do it. You have the ability, but you have to pivot. So now let's look at timing. It's the part that everybody wants to know. When? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And, remember, timing is always as good as the next choice. So even though we will give some timing here, take it with a grain of salt. It's just a general idea of where the potential is. Every time you change that idea, we will get, every time a choice point changes, that timing can move, and it can happen thousands of times a day because we make a lot of choices that we don't realize. So Spirit, can you give us an idea of when we can get to this, provided we follow our higher self's advice and actually get in there and choose? When will we be able to get this? And Spirit's saying after you make a choice on the next sunny day, right? And so what Spirit's is giving you a little quip here. They're being a little bit cryptic, but basically they're saying you're one choice away from here. And when you make that choice, that day is going to really appear sunny. It could be raining, a torrential storm, but it'll be sunny for you because your energy has changed. And so with that, that is My reading for today, for those who are watching on the replay, please like, follow, share, subscribe. If you can make it to YouTube, put your notification, or TikTok, make it to notifications on, because I do go live a lot of times and answer questions, either after the long read or generally with Spiritual Susan. We do a thing on Mondays and Wednesdays. Right now it's in the evening around, usually around, we get there around 8:30, 9 p.m. New York time. But we're going to try some weekend mornings or afternoons as well. We're going to move that around a little bit to see where we get the best crowd. And so with those, if you're looking for like a mini read, we do them right there on the spot. So with that, I thank everybody, and please like, follow, share, and subscribe. And if you're on my YouTube channel for Twin Flames, if you wouldn't mind sharing it with your friends, I am trying to build that one out, and it just hasn't really gained a lot of traction. So any help you guys could do would be much appreciated. And so I thank you again.